Discuss with IPOB, Yoruba Nation agitators, terrorists, International Human Rights Commission tells Buhari, welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. The Commission expressed alarm over the relocation of Nigerian young brains abroad while blaming the country's poor economy for the incessant kidnappings, banditry, and killings among other forms of insecurity. The International Human Rights Commission has urged President Muhammadu Buhari's administration to hold talks with bandit Yoruba Nation agitators and the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB in order to restore peace to Nigeria. Nigeria is confronted by multiple security challenges, notably the resilient Boko Haram insurgency in the northeast, long-running discontent and militants in the Niger Delta, increasing violence between herders and farming and communities and separatist Biafra agitation in the southeast. The Commission expressed alarm over the relocation of Nigerian young brains abroad while blaming the country's poor economy for the incessant kidnapping, banditry, and killings, among other forms of insecurity. Dr. Duru Hezekiah, the head of diplomatic missions for IHRC in Nigeria, and its ambassador at large, made these remarks to journalists in Abuja on September 21st, 2022, the International Peace Day, The Punch reports. He pleaded with Buhari's administration to declare a state of emergency in order to address the threat of youth exodus from a country. He said, racism is everywhere, most especially we Africans and Nigerians. The rate of racism against Africans and Nigerians calls for urgent attention. In fact, there should be a state of emergency. A lot of Nigerians are migrating to the West and other parts of the world due to bad economy and insecurity. When our people leave the country to find greener pastures elsewhere, the people in the host country will start treating us as beggars. The youths are moving because the economy is bad. There is a need for us to come together and develop our country. When those who are abroad see an improvement in economy and security, they will surely come back. He further noted that violent crimes and discrimination against people based on their color, nationality, immigrant status, or religion will on the rise everywhere in the world and pose the threat to mankind. According to him, the government must address other sociological issues like poverty, unemployment, and lack of appropriate education in order to address the underlying reasons for insecurity in the nation. He continued, this platform is an avenue that would enable us to dialogue with the government. We need to understand why people are carrying arms, and it is because the economy is bad. Our youth must drop their guns and come for dialogue. We at the organization do not believe in protest or crisis. We believe in negotiations and dialogue. So our youth, whether from the north, east, or west, must dialogue to find solutions to the insecurity. Most of the people who do these killings are not educated and have no jobs. The insecurity issue in Nigeria is like talking about illness. We need to get to the root of that illness. There is a root cause of this banditry. What do they really want? What is their motive? The truth is motive differ. If you come to the southeast, we have the indigenous people of Biafra, and we know what they want, even though what we think they want is beyond what we are seeing now. In the southeast, there is no business on Monday, but yet people do not go to work on Monday. That means there is something fundamental that we need to know. I believe that my coming on board as diplomatic head of IHRC will give us an avenue, an ample opportunity to reach out to those carrying guns to see how they can drop their guns. Let us reason together and engage the government. By the time we get it right, our people will come back and invest. With this platform we have today, Nigeria is going to be a better place. He also expressed concern over the migration of Nigerian youth abroad stating that a state of emergency needs to be declared to tackle the menace. Earlier in his presentation, the head of IHRC African Diplomatic Missions, Dr. Friday Sani, linked the recent attacks on prisons across the country to congestion. He stressed the need for Nigeria's justice system to embrace non-custodial measures, which include suspended sentences, community service, and fines, among others. See, sincerely, imagine make people outside when they tell our president what's in the inside. Do you now see, first of all, let me start from, do you now see that this travel, when travel, you're not supposed to travel now? People are now telling him to use peace. It is not every time in the Boski. I have said this several times. Do you know what dialogue would do for this country? Negotiation. Call people together. Everything is not you must do this. It's a fault. Just like you have a child and you're always, you and that child are at loggerhead every time. People are at loggerhead every time. The man never sit down. Our president has never sat down and asked this question: why are these people relocating abroad? There are people who they take a lot of risk. If they try the legal way, no work, they want to leave the country by all means. They say it's better I die trying than I stay here. You know, be like say they touch our government. So I thank God to see this international community can carry microphone, they loud them. This is something that they should be singing to the government. Country no good. You carry your two leg, come out. You leave the president. I mean, you still send the vice president a message. I did not know if that one objected. And he also left. Country no good. People are dying. Insecurity on the rise. Things are happening. The insecurity on the rise now is even threatening that if they don't do something about it, it is very possible that come next year, it will affect the election. And they are not doing anything. So I just pray, say, this talk, go from here, enter. From the other ear, come out. That is my own. The International Human Rights Commission has no right to tell Buhari that he must discuss with these baseless separatists because he never taught you. The violence with the spread around, he never taught you. You don't see things from their point of view. At the end, because I always ask about go there. Get some people will be see, if you hear them talk, you ask, why ain't join us with these people? For the same place. Obviously, you don't give these people their head. But they don't want to make use of their head we give them. They don't want you to make use of it. Everything is in the Boski. You don't try in the Boski. You know they work. You have tried coercion. You know they work. You have used force. You know they work. What are you now saying? That means the international community knows that there are 3 republics in Nigeria: the Biafra Republic, Oduduwa Republic, and the Terrorist Republic of Nigeria. The mission of Buhari is to divide Nigeria. One Nigeria is a curse. Alright, on this note, we have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.